know what I mean? Skill is developed in time, right? Like, you don't have to be the most skilled. You don't have to be the most talented. You just have to be the hardest worker. You know what I mean? You're not going to outwork me. That's like Kobe's mentality, right? Like the whole Mamba mentality is like, you know, I remember hearing this one and it's so good. Like, because he's saying like all his teammates are like, are you afraid to go against Jordan? Are you afraid to go against Jordan? It was the first time he was doing that. And he's like, that was the moment I realized that my teammates did not understand that I was him.
Yeah.
That we're the same.
Yep.
Like, and I was just like, damn, you know, but that's because he was developing himself. He would practice 4 or 5 times a day where some guys were only doing it once. You know what I mean? And he would wake up at 3 so he could do that. He'd do his first training at 3 so he could train 3 or 4 or 5 times a day where other guys are only doing it once. And he was like, so they're never going to catch up to me because I'm always going to be ahead of them. So it's like, it's about that work. It's about that work ethic. So anyways, I wanted to comment on the work ethic because I think that sometimes it gets overlooked in the process and in the journey. You have to put in the time. You have to be in the, you know, in your case, you have to be in the studio. You have to be writing. You have to be, you know. And then the other thing I wanted to mention, and the thing that intrigues me about both you and your brother, is because unlike me and Catlin, y'all are still pursuing music. And that draws me to a different thing because on my wall, I don't know if you can see it right here, but this top CD, I think you would recognize what that is, which is like our first mixtape together.
Mastermind.
So
Nice.
I hang that up as a reminder to myself that of that work ethic, because we worked so damn hard and we were able to like go different places with that. But when I look back at my time as like a rapper and doing music, there was a time, and we would do songs like that. Like we had a song called Never Give Up. You know what I mean? Like we would do songs that talked about not giving up. But I gave up. And what it was, and I think we talked about it a little bit, but I never really told all of y'all. I was just like, no, I'm done. But, you know, like, at that time, the work ethic was there, but the mindset wasn't. I didn't have the mindset it took to make it happen. Because the mindset it takes to make it happen is a mindset that has a definite purpose and relentless effort to back it up. Like, there's no way this isn't a reality. It's happening. It's almost the idea of, and I've used this illustration before, it's like hypochondriacs, for instance, right? Like if someone, like think about how crazy this is. You can think you're sick enough that you will actually show symptoms. Ain't that crazy?
Yeah.
That you can, in your mind, think that you're sick to the point to where your body will actually show evidence of it, even though you're not. Likewise, what if you thought you were what your dream is? How could it not be the same shit?
That's true.
How could it not happen the same exact way? It will, right? Like it just does. It does because you have convinced yourself of that. And once you convince yourself of that, your mind starts to constantly process and think about that. So now new ideas for whatever you're wanting to do, in your case music, new ideas for songs, new ways to promote, new ways to market, new ways to get the music heard, new ways to, all that comes from telling yourself, I will do this. And no is not an option. It's like I tell people all the time, I'm not afraid to be broke because I've been broke, right? Like I'm not afraid to be homeless. I've been homeless. If I can make it out at 14, I sure as hell can make it out at 30. You know what I mean? Like there is no doubt in my mind. Like if I can figure it out then, I can sure as hell figure it out now. So I'm not afraid of it. But oftentimes, my not fearing poverty led me to poverty. And here's why. Because even though I wasn't afraid of it, I hadn't refused it. oftentimes people's fear of poverty keeps them from pursuing their dream because they're like, well, I could lose everything. I'm not afraid to lose everything. However, I need to refuse to lose everything. It's just a subtle little shift. It's like I have a great gift in not being afraid of poverty, but I also have to bring that into subjection and say, but I refuse that shit. You know what I mean? So likewise, the reason I stopped music, and this isn't about me, but I'm relating to your journey here, and I really want to help people listening. The reason I quit music and the reason I gave up on it was because I didn't have that relentless effort of it not happening. Like, it's not a question. I didn't have that hypochondriac mindset where it was just like, no, there's no way I'm not this. There's no way I won't do this. There's no way it can't happen. It doesn't matter if T.I. rejected the demo. You know what I mean? Like this is still going to happen. But in my mind, when I got that rejection letter from them, I was just like, okay, that's it. It was just instant, like it's done. Like, this isn't working anymore. And that was because the mindset wasn't there. You know what I mean? Like, I had the work ethic. I had the ideas. I had, like, all that. But mindset wasn't one of them. And now that I've embraced this part of my life and there's mindset, there is no doubt in my mind that I couldn't do anything I set my mind to. No doubt. Like, there's no way it won't happen. And even if it doesn't happen in this instant, it's still going to happen. It's just like the 50 Cent mindset. Like, if he had the mindset that I had when we got that rejection letter from T.I., then he would have quit when he got shot 9 times and got dropped from his label. He'd be like, well, I tried.
Yeah.
But in his mind, he's like, no, I'm the biggest artist in the world. Just got to show the world. You know what I mean? I just got to let them know who I am. That's it. And so I've always admired the fact that you're still doing that. Fast forward 13 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it is it's impressive to me that your mindset it is there. I don't know if it has always been there, and that's going to be my next question. Has that mindset of, because like I just described with me, like that mindset just wasn't there at that time. It was like I was willing to accept defeat. Even though I was saying I would never give up, I did. I accepted defeat eventually. Do you feel like that mindset of not accepting defeat has always been there, or has that developed as you've went through? Because 13 years is a long time.
Yeah, it was kind of like halfway there in my mind. You know, it was just like I didn't want to take no for an answer ever. You know, because I always knew I had it in me. I believed in myself. But like as time went on, I believed in myself more and more because I had people that weren't even family that believed in me. So, you know, that speaks volumes, you know, when you have people that aren't even your family believing in you, you know, that touches you somewhere you know what I mean? Just couldn't imagine. It's just like, I have somebody believing me that doesn't even, you know what I mean? They barely know me, you know, and like I have a brother or a sister that doesn't even believe in me, you know? So it's just, it hits you. And then like when I was younger, I heard that like we didn't get accepted. So it's just like, I still didn't want to give up because like I said, I won't take no for an answer. I seek no failure.
Hell yeah.
But I mean, in life, there is going to be failures and ups and downs, but I won't let that stop me from doing what I have to do.
Yeah. Yeah, I was interested to get your perspective because it was something we never talked about. None of you guys ever really asked me why I left. Y'all just was like, okay, he's out. You know, and it was one of those things where I think all of y'all just respected the fact that I felt like I needed to walk away from it. But like I said, that mindset there, it just wasn't there for me. And I see that it's in you now. And I was just curious if it had developed over time. Because now I feel like whatever level it was then, it has definitely been amplified. It's kind of like the meme of the Dragon Ball Z. It's like 9,000. You know what I mean? It's just like, it is incredible now that this is just 100% what you're going to do. And there's no doubt in my mind that you're going to do it. You are doing it. And you're already making moves. And the moves are only going to get bigger as you continue to go forward. So there's no doubt in my mind that you're going to do it. And I know there's no doubt in your mind, and there's no way you would ever accept it. And I love that. You know what I mean? Because that's what it takes. Like we say, I mean, you can just keep going over and over and over through everybody that's ever done anything phenomenal in their life. There is always a period of time